welcome back, Jennifer, so that we can talk about our favorite aspects of the week.
Yes. Can I start? Can I please?
You can start.
Well, as the title of the video says, Neptune and Aries, the spiritual war begins. Um, for me, Neptune and Aries is a big, huge deal because I have a Pisces moon. And Neptune is it the ancient
It's
ruler
the
of
modern ruler of Pisces, yes.
okay, so Neptune is the
Mhm.
modern ruler of Pisces, and Pisces is my moon. What I don't know, is this the 13-year transit? Is this the
Yes.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
So from
looking
now
over
until
those
you're
13 years, um, over the last 13 years, I've I've learned a lot of lessons, and there are still lessons that I haven't learned or mastered yet. But I've also had a lot of frustration, and because my moon is also a mutable sign. So, can you tell people what that means by having a mutable moon or just a mutable
yeah,
sign?
a mutable sign is on the dispersing end of things. It can be a little bit scattered. It pays attention to a lot of different little things rather than one major thing, and it's better at finishing things up than it is at starting things or pulling them through.
Right.
Yeah.
So, although there are a lot of us who have a lot of ideas, they're rarely heard.
Hmm.
And if they're heard and they think they're good, they're not responded to. They're just taken and used for. No, I'm
Yeah.
serious. All of us have felt this way. So if
Mhm.
you're a mutable sign, especially my mutable moon, my moon is also where my addictions lie, my food,
Mhm.
my just whatever ways in which I use to soothe myself. Those are all my addictions. They're all coming into focus for me right now. And Neptune and Aries says that wall that my wavy, watery Pisces moon has been hitting up against. Like no matter how much I talk or no matter how much I say or how I say it, that it just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. The dam's breaking and I
Yeah.
get to
Hmm.
flow freely. So now for me, it's about not being too reactive because here I've been beating on this wall
Hmm.
emotionally with my emotions, beating on this wall, trying to get someone to hear me, see me, understand what I'm saying.
Hmm.
And now all of a sudden,
The wall gives way.
so all weekend I just keep envisioning like um, little holes in a wall, just like little holes in a tapestry, little holes in a canvas that I'm
Hmm.
just eeping some of my emotions into. Like,
Hmm.
I didn't get that chocolate donut the other day. Okay, I wasn't perfect, but I didn't get that chocolate donut the other day when I really felt miserable, when I really felt stressed out. I was just like, I want a chocolate donut. That's a big deal for me. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's just like I've been batting down one thing after another when I see them come up, going, yeah, no, this isn't going to work for me anymore. So Neptune and Aries for me, I love is more action. And I don't know why I'm so big on action because honestly, my Libra sun is a very lazy person, but I really do enjoy like that Capricorn rising that I have that says, let's go work. And I'm ready to work. I'm ready to work for the collective. I'm ready to work for my community. And we're in the age of Aquarius and, getting ready to change a lot of things here in our country. So I think this is a perfect
Hmm.
time for Neptune and Aries, a new start, a new next 13 years. And I have to think
Hmm.
about that health wise too. Like I'm 53, 13 years, what do I want to see myself do? And are these my most able years? And so, is this where we go travel and walk and all that kind of stuff? But anyway, Neptune and Aries, big deal. Especially, especially for me and my Pisces moon and all you Pisces moons out there. All I can say is, whew, we're going to be able to breathe. We're not going to be sitting on this boiling pot of water that we don't know what to do with. We're going to know how to do it. And the trick here is feeling through it, moving through it, reacting in the way that will allow us to, continue. We're not used to being vulnerable right now
Hmm.
because we've been kind of slapped down. So just being vulnerable, letting it flow. If you're not used to crying, get used to crying. Just get used to just a little bit more emotions kind of coming out and just letting them go. And I've been practicing that. I know I have
Yeah.
been. I sat there and cried it out for like an hour one day, and it felt so I felt so, honestly, I felt so toddler-like, but it also just like when I was done, I was done. It just kind of just like slowly eat on me. So that's what I'm saying. Like all of that is just going to slowly eat out. And it's just important for us to let that slowly eat out, not a reactive eat out. So, like you've got to decide whether or not you're that reactive person. Are you part of, what part of the are you taking in the revolution? Are you that active part or are you that chill part?
All right.
What about your aspects? I guess you're done, ready for me to be done. You're ready to talk.
The clapping was like distracting and surprising me a lot. And I was like, stop. Stop doing that. I know. I'm going to run away.
It's kind of a good thing. We got a new dog, by the way, which we'll have to talk about a little bit later, but she's deaf. And I was like, oh, maybe the dog. No, she's not going to hear that.
She's not going to hear that. So your aspect for the week is Neptune going into Aries, which is the star of the show this week. Neptune entering Aries is a big deal. It's the first time in 160 years that Neptune has been here. We're not going back to Neptune in Pisces in this lifetime. None of us are going to see that again. Okay. So we've been going through this thing for years now where old structures were crumbling, and then we went through a process of dissolving things that no longer really stand the test of time or the test of what we need for humanity and for the world today. And now as Neptune crosses the line, Saturn is just getting ready to cross that line too. They're going to conjunction together, right? I mean, the dam does burst open. It is no longer pushing against. It is no longer resistance. It is progress. It is making progress according to what we know, feel, and think to be right. It is action from compassion. It is action from knowing how it feels and from understanding that, when one person is down, we are all down. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
So my aspect of the week is Mars in Pluto, Mars conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius. And that's powerful for me because Mars is the sign that rules my sun sign. I'm an Aries, so Mars rules my sun sign. And it's also powerful for me because Pluto, where Pluto is in the sky right now, it is conjuncting Mars that's in my chart. I have Mars in Aquarius. So Pluto's conjuncting my Mars, and Mars out there is conjuncting Pluto. I don't know. I think I might try to stay inside that day. It just seems like, Mars is pretty bold. It can bring about some anger. It can bring about some irascibility. It can bring about some impatience and let's say impatience and motivation to do things that probably may not add up to the results that we want. So especially with Mars conjuncting Pluto, under pressure with the things that we are discovering right now about who we are and where we live and what we're doing as a people. It's a big deal coming up this week for sure. But Mars conjuncting Pluto is also ruling Neptune as it steps into Aries. Okay, Neptune just stepped into Aries and Mars rules Neptune now. And Mars conjuncting Pluto, I mean, I expect to see something set off out in the world. And I'm really, for me, because I'm a Mars person, I've got this Pluto stuff going on with me anyway, I'm going to hang back and try to take it easy, even though that is really challenging to do right.
Yeah. Yes, and I do like the support that the Mars conjunct Pluto gives to the Neptune and Aries aspect, because it means that we can start new. Like, to me, it's like a turning over of the soil again. It's just like, okay, here's your opportunity to really start something new and fresh and something completely different.
Yes.
We're going to see that in every form. We're in for a treat artistically, aren't we?
The arts are changing. The arts are going to change a lot over the next few years. We're going to see a lot of new stuff for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe even some stuff from our own like little blue room band. You just never know. But anyway, so Yeah. What day is that again? Because we might have to be in separate
Oh,
quarters or
yeah.
something like.
Let's see, Mars.
I call her marzipan because sometimes it's just like, "Bah!"
That's
and
funny.
you know, like if anybody were to set off a spark or to, you know, like you just got to keep this one away from sparks. Is all I got to say, because they will be
Right.
like, "Rah,
So-
love fire."
So most of what's happening this week, this week is coming up tomorrow and the next day. FYI, like this is not something that we're easing into this week. All right. Neptune moves into Aries tomorrow. Mars makes that conjunction to Pluto on Tuesday. So, and I do like it that the Mars and Neptune is supportive vibration. It does mean that some of our inspired actions can actually create things that are good for us. Let's just be really careful, because we gotta be paying attention to what's going on around us. We can't be tone deaf at this time. We've got to be on key with the rest of the people we're singing with, right? Yeah.
That's very interesting. Very interesting that you say that. I was still thinking about the deer symbolism, and
Yes.
I just still there's so much that I'm still revisiting over these last 13 years, that some things I just really don't want to repeat. I really want a little bit of a clean slate going forward, and to learn a new way to handle my emotions. That doesn't include the things that I'm doing that aren't good for me or not even good for the collective. Like the real deal is the things that I do are not a positive contribution to my community or my collective. So I need to be more of a responsible person to that. And that's where I'm going for, is to be a little bit more responsible to my community. And by that, the first thing you have to do is take care of yourself, so the community doesn't have to support another person. Right.
Certainly, as an Aries, I've always come to the conclusion that the best thing I can do for other people is to try to take care of myself first and foremost. We all need help from time to time, and I'm not saying that I should not have to rely on anybody, or that I should not ever ask for help. And heaven knows I ask for help a lot, because I'm a human being and I need it.
Yes.
So, don't take that to mean that we have to be entirely self-reliant, but do take that to mean that, like it's up to you to make sure that you're well hydrated, and that you are, taking care of your own body's needs and your own heart and mind's needs as well.
Yes. So
to the best of your ability.
Yes. So please take care of you, is what we're saying. Don't forget to do that. You can still raise hell, you can still rebel, you can still do all those things, and drink, at least 64 ounces of water.
Yeah.
Okay. And get at least like 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
You can do all of that and be gay, do crime. Okay?
Yeah. Be gay, do crime. We're not advocating for any crime, and if any crime comes from this, we are not responsible. But just run the ticker down there for me, okay? Like, but yeah, be gay, do crime.
Don't confess anything you did to us, okay?
Right? No, don't.